discuss with former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, a Democratic candidate for president. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Hickenlooper. Listen, if the ACA is struck down, about 20 million people would be left uninsured. As a former governor, now a presidential candidate, talk to me about the impact that this would have on people and on states.
Well, when you start, especially people, I mean, this goes beyond just turning back the Medicaid expansions and the overall coverage issues. But when you start taking health care away from people who have pre-existing conditions, it upsets, I mean, whole family structures. We saw a tremendous decline in bankruptcies after the Affordable Care Act really got implemented. This is going to put all that anxiety and financial pressure on families that have pre-existing medical conditions, and then look at the 20 million people that are, suddenly going to be without health care. Is anybody thinking about what that does to their lives?
The president has said again and again that he wanted to protect pre-existing conditions. Is this yet another lie from the president?
Well, I mean, it's like going to a fancy golf course. I'd say it's par for the course, right? It's something we come to expect, that he will say one thing and then when his circumstances suit, he'll switch.
So I have heard others say that this is a gift possibly to Democrats. Is this a winning issue for Democrats?
Well, I think it's absolutely a winning issue for Democrats, and I think you're going to see Republicans backing away from this as quickly as they can. But that doesn't in any way minimize what this does to people, to working people that are trying to, navigate generally difficult lives, right? You saw a statistic a few weeks ago that 75 or 80% of American families are having a hard time balancing their household budgets at the end of every month. Why heap more trouble on people that are already working so hard?
I want to switch gears now. I want to talk about the Green New Deal. It stalled in the Senate today. No one voted for it. You have, a new op-ed out criticizing the sweeping plan to fight climate change. Tell us why you're not in favor of it.
Well, I am in favor of the urgency that is in the Green New Deal. I mean, I look at climate change as one of the defining issues of our time. But there's so much more in the Green New Deal than just climate change. And some of the things like the mandatory full employment by the federal government would have huge costs and almost certainly would mean that the Green New Deal would get tied up in Congress and probably end up in the courts. And that's a distraction we don't have time for, right? I mean, I think what we've been working for in Colorado is to get the oil and gas industry and the environmental community to eliminate methane emissions, and we've done that, right? And we're out closing a couple coal plants and replacing it with wind, solar, and batteries, and actually having the monthly utility bills go down. That's the kind of stuff we've got to be doing.
John Hickenlooper, thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Should we be taking the attorney?